Hello everyone, it's your girl New and we're back again today with another Wild Horse Islands video. Today I want to talk to you guys about IUHs and basically what are they, how to get them, and some tips and tricks of my own on how I like to IUH hunt. First, let's begin with what are IUHs? So, IUHs are basically island unique hair horses. So, I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit of an IUH horse, but before I do that, I must actually bring up all the pictures because I do not remember all of them by memory. So let me go on ahead and hop on to the wiki fandom for Wild Horse Island, which is a really great thing to exist, honestly. Props and credits to all the contributors to the wiki fandom for this game because it has been quite helpful outside of Discord and outside of this game. So I'm gonna tell you guys all about island unique hairs, also known as island unique manes and tails, but a lot of us just call them IUHs. So they were added in the game in September 16th, 2022 for all islands, except, well, the islands where you can't catch horses, of course, and also mainland, because technically mainland doesn't have any specialty ores for, IUHs to spawn with, if that makes sense. But anywho, anyways, anyhow, just like with events, you cannot breed island unique manes and tails, or IUHs. I'm just gonna say IUHs. But you can still use them as you normally do with other horses. You just can't breed them because if being able to breed them was a thing, then they wouldn't not have such good values. Also, the IUH mane and tails are not available as dyes, and you must only be able to catch them in the wild, or maybe the developers might give a giveaway, who knows. And you can also trade for them, which is quite popular nowadays. IUHs have been booming and trending, so me being a IUH hunter myself, I gotta take in some of that, commissions for the goods. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys all the IUHs. I'm going to show you all the pictures on this side, and then I gotta occasionally check on the side here if a customer has arrived because I'm also selling something on the side. I will be showing you guys a picture of an IUH based on every island here on this side, and these are all just like pictures that you can find available in pretty much, every on Google or on what's that word? On Google or on Wiki Fandom, even TikTok maybe. I don't know. I don't really follow Wild Horse Island on TikTok. Like I don't follow the creators on TikTok. Okay, so but yeah, we have the Icies on Blizzard Island. We got Icy Black. We have Icy Blue. We have Icy White. Honestly, my favorites are the blue and whites. And then we have Icy Pink. So those are the IUHs that you can find on Blizzard. Next we have Forest Island, which only has the Leafy horse. And so because it only has Leafy and it's quite a low tier island, these guys aren't really worth much. It's just letting you know. So next we have Royal Island. Royal Island has Leathery and Clear Quartz. I personally love the clear quartz because let me show you guys something real quick. I actually have a horse that uses clear quartz tack set. So if I get a clear quartz IUH, then this entire tack set goes to that horse. I mean, look at how gorgeous this horse is right now. Okay. Now back to the point, basically, IUHs, right. We have Desert Island. On Desert Island, you got limestone, ruby, sandstone. So I don't really have anything I personally like from Desert Island, but I think the ruby's pretty cute. And then up next, Mountain Island only has two, and I honestly love these two so much. I love blue colors, and look at the sapphire, it's like a dark blue, and then look at the diamond, it's so pretty. Okay, moving on. Jungle Island. Now, Jungle is the one that has a bunch of IUHs. So we got Topaz, Amethyst, Emerald, Mossy, and Tiger Stripes. And then moving up is my favorite island to IUH hunt on. It is the Lunar Island. We got Neon Purple, Neon Blue, Obsidian, and finally Moonstone. The first IUH I ever caught myself was actually a Moonstone Appaloosa. You can see how pretty he is here. I named him Albie. Then I spent over 24 hours sleepless trying to get my first IUH. So yeah, kind of happy that I did get a Moonstone as my first IUH, but a little upset that it had to end up being a Appaloosa, and I didn't really like the coat, so I decided to sell it off for 10,000 Moonstone worth of stuff. And then finally, the final island we have is Volcano Island. Volcano Island has volcanic orange, volcanic black, and my absolute dream horse, Prismatic. Ugh, can you see that prismatic mane and tail on a Northern Lights Andalusian? That's crazy. I wonder who caught it. They're so lucky. But yeah, these are all the IUHs that are available in game right now. And I'm going to be showing you guys some tips and tricks about how to catch IUHs based on my own personal experience. So let's go to Lunar because that's where I've been IUH hunting for a while due to a commission that I received. Alright, so let me give you guys some tips and tricks on how I IUH hunt as I'm hunting. It's IUH hunting. So my personal advice for IUH hunting, there's like a bunch I can tell you guys. I will start with what to do and what not to do. I'll put the what to do list on my left and what not to do on my right. So, what to do? Prepare 400 lassos minimum for each IUH hunting session. Now you see here I only have 21 lassos. That's because I already started this session a while back. And by a while back, I mean more or less 40 hours ago. But yeah, I've pretty much used up almost 200 lassos at this point because I make 200 at a time since I am broke. You think I have a lot of tokens here, but honestly, I'm like saving up more tokens to pay off for a bunch of stuff that I'm trying to buy. Okay, so like I said, number one, prepare 400 lassos minimum. This is because what I noticed is that IUHs tend to spawn one out of 500 horses that you catch, but this is like more or less of a soft pity. If you guys play gacha games, soft pity is like when you roll or when you like pull a lottery over and over and over again, but the more you do it, the higher your chance of getting something. So soft pity is like the soft amount of catches that you need to get before an IUH may or may not spawn. And the hard pity, the guaranteed pity, is probably around the thousands range. I don't know, I would say 1,000 to 5,000. It's a really large range because you don't really know what works well. But I like to use 1 out of 400 as like a base for each of my IUH hunting session. So prepare 400 lassos, okay? And this would mean that you would need okay, I'm gonna do some math here. Imagine I'm gonna show you guys like how much tokens I spend on for each IUH hunting session. So I buy around 400 rope, which would be, if I'm not mistaken, 20,000 tokens. Let me just double check that because I cannot do the math right now. It's currently 5 a.m. as I'm recording this. But yeah, anyways, 400 times 50. So yeah, it's about 20,000 tokens just for the rope alone. And then afterwards, I like to use, what's that word? Iron or bronze ore. And if I'm not mistaken, iron costs 43 tokens, and you would need 300 to craft 100 of those iron lassos. So 300 times 43 is 12,900 tokens. So far you would need 45,800 tokens to get, I don't know, 400, what's that word? All right, hold on a sec. Yeah, wait a minute. No. The math is wrong here. Let me redo the math. All right, so it's 43 tokens for 1 iron, and I get like I need 6. Okay, so 300 is for 100, and then 600 is for 200, and then 900 is for 300. So, oh my god, I'm so bad at mathing, guys. So I need, just buying the iron alone would cost me 51,600 tokens. So you add the 2,000 tokens just now from the rope, and it's about 71,600 tokens for 400 lassos of iron ore. The reason why I really like iron is because I feel like it's more in the middle ground when it comes to lassos. Like, it's not too low and it's not too high. It's just nice. It's just 6. So yeah, this is definitely my go-to. And I used to use tin, but I got a bit impatient to catch certain horses that have a very high catch point. Like example, I don't know, 20, 30, depending on their rarity. But yeah, I do not like using stone or tin anymore. I like to use iron just because it's faster and I can keep, running around the island and looking for more horses instead of like wasting my time just clicking on horses. But yeah, iron is definitely the best for me. So that's number 1. Number 2, do stay in the same server for a minimum of 3 days, which is 56 hours, give or take. I don't know. I'm just trying to remember the math. But yeah, what's that word? Yeah, do stay in one server for a minimum, or not minimum, for a maximum of 3 days. I say maximum because I noticed that servers tend to crash after more than 2 days. So it's really just based on your luck. Now, the reason why I say you have to stay in the same server is because this is just a theory of my own. I don't really have anyone to like prove it or confirm it. So basically, my theory is that each server has their own catch data or catch history. What this means is that, for example, if there's a lot of players catching horses on Blizzard, then the catch data for that server, depending on how many players are in there, may or may not be in the hundreds or even thousands of range, depending on whether the players are actually going to Blizzard and just grinding tokens in general. So what does this mean for you if you're trying to IUH hunt? Basically, this means that the more catch data exists in an island, the higher the possibility or chance of a horse to spawn with an IUH mane or tail. And this is just my own experience because I stayed on Lunar for like over 48 hours and I spent almost 400 lassos. And knowing Lunar, it has like a lot of people going in and out of it because they either want to grind Moonstone or they want to grind tokens. So yeah, this would mean that the Lunar Island in that particular server would have a catch data or catch history of maybe about 200 horses. And this would greatly boost your chances of getting an IUH. But if you use like islands that people rarely grind tokens on or rarely go to in general, like Volcano, then you're probably gonna have to spend a much longer time grinding for the hard pity, instead of the soft pity, because there's no such thing as soft pity in high tier islands with literally nobody grinding on them. So yar, that's number 2. Number 3. It's best if you have alts. Have an alt sit in your server. Why do I suggest this? Because if you don't have an alt in your server and say that you accidentally disconnect or you crash, but you're like your computer crashed or your PC or your device crashed, then you can always rejoin your alt to get back into the same server so that you don't lose your lasso slash IUH hunting progress. But yeah, that's the number 1, 2, and I don't even know if it was 3 or not. But that's my do's. Now, don't leave a server during your IUH hunting session. Don't use lassos less than 10 because why are you torturing yourself? Don't do that to yourself, man. Do not how do I say this? Do not leave the island as often, because I heard from there for the most recent update is that horses will not spawn if nobody's on the island. So that would be quite a pain in the ass to deal with. If, like, say you want to leave the island for a bit and then suddenly you come back and all the horses despawn, and then you gotta sit there for another 5 to 6 minutes waiting for them to respawn again, because that's how long horses take to spawn in the servers that I'm in, at the very least. I don't really know about other servers. This is just my own personal experience. But yeah, so remember the do's and don'ts. Remember the do's and don'ts, okay? I think they're pretty important. So that is how you IUH hunt. I personally like to go around Lunar a few times, and then while I'm waiting for the horses to spawn, I go ahead and do other stuff, like maybe read or browse Discord, or just basically keeping myself busy. What's that word? If I want to go to sleep, though, if I want to go to sleep or if I want to go to work, what I do is I go to Volcano, and then I set my auto clicker, and then I decide to go AFK fishing. Why do I do this? Because when you fish in the seas near Volcano or like high tier islands in general, you have a higher chance of getting like treasure chests, rare, legendary, common, those things. So I think it's like a win-win, because you know I get to relax, sleep, and just leave my game on to AFK fish so that I don't lose my progress. And then what else? Boom, I get like I get to chill in the server and not lose it, and at the same time I get to open nice tasty juicy chests. So yeah, that's a win for me. That's how I would explain a win. What's that word, man? I am so sleepy. My brain's all jumbled up and messed up because I took some antihistamines that are very sleepy, and it's almost 6 a.m. Can you believe it? But yeah, that's my IUH hunting advice. If you have friends that can help you, I do recommend them, like you guys taking shifts or turns hunting for an IUH. Say you spend the first 50 lassos, and then your friend spends the next 50 lassos, and you know, so on and so on. I think if you do it like this, the hunt would go a bit more efficiently, but it really depends on, you know, who is your buddy or partner for like IUH hunting. Because imagine you get a bad one, and then they expect you to like give them more percentage of the cut for like the horses that you know you get, and then you decide to like sell. But yeah, last note is I would suggest that you guys keep your what's that word, keep like a notepad close to you, and basically write down like what you catch in order to determine whether or not it's rare or a high tier breed. I do this mainly because it helps me see whether a server has good spawn rates or not. If it doesn't have good spawn rates, aka you literally cannot catch a rare coat horse or a rare stat horse for like an hour plus, then I would honestly suggest you to server hop and find a new server to start IUH hunting in. So my suggestion, spend your first 10 to 20 lassos checking out all the available horses that you can catch on the island, and seeing that if you can catch a rare coat or a island unique coat or a what's that word? I already forgot. But yeah, you know what I mean. It really helps because, you know, the more like rare horses that spawn on an island you're in or a server you're in, the better your chances are at getting a IUH. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all from me for this video. I hope you guys understand IUH hunting a bit more, and I hope that you guys join the IUH hunting community and suffer with me. But yep, that's all from your girl New. I hope this video helps. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Have a good more night.